I'd like to welcome to the set for her first day of work, Kylie Curran. All right, head back to your one. This keeps you kind of straight. Starting, you kind of drift too fast. First crack.
Oh, that's there. Okay, good.
When do you want to start this one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do is run it from just as Robert lays him down. So you guys will come running in. Robert's gonna step on his arm like before. Jacob will give the line.
And B marker.
C marker.
You should go home.
Huh? You said you needed my help.
No, not you.
Oh, you talking to her? She's here now.
Everybody?
I can't tell.
Sleep harder.
Well, hi there.
You wanna let me go?
Oh, no, sweetie. No, I don't.
Take nourishment and endure.
Anyway, we need to eat. All of us. Are the canisters low?
Oh, of course not. Excuse me, sweetheart. You look relaxed. You feel relaxed, don't you, Abra?
I guess.
You should. Just relax. We're friends.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It looks great. So we'll do the. We'll just take it from coming off this mark over to the to the glass. Oh, this set's amazing, isn't it? Just breathtaking. Every time I walk in here, I'm just floored. It's like walking into your own memories of the first time you really watch a movie that burrows into your head and stays there. You get to walk around in it. It's really something.
Action.
Pain purifies steam. Fear too, so you understand.
One, two, three, four. One. Yeah, that's going to be better. Okay.
Wow. Goosebumps. Just like that again, please.
I first saw The Shining on VHS at a slumber party and was utterly unprepared for it. And I was never the same.
I always wondered what happened to Danny when he grew up, and I felt that I had a story to tell.
Danny Torrance is still being haunted by the events that took place at the Overlook Hotel. The Shining refers to psychic ability, people who can actually affect the physical world with their thoughts, read the minds of others. Danny is so traumatized by what he's been through, he has no idea how to deal with this.
One of the things that I wanted to see was a man at the end of his rope.
What do you want to do here?
Something different than I've been doing, something better.
You can't really recover until you finally reach your bottom. And I wanted to see that in Dan on the screen.
Dan Torrance's philosophy early on in the story is not to use the shine. He's drunk to suppress the horrible visitations, the spirits that are from the Overlook Hotel.
You're magic. Like me.
I always called it The Shining.
This is a story that's about Dan, still out there dealing with the shining in a world that is dark and horrifying.
These devils, they'll eat what shines.
We see people that we can relate to. That's, to a large extent, what makes the scary part scary.
You are a special little thing, aren't you?
Dan's worst fear, the worst thing he could imagine, is for him to have to come back to the hotel.
Mike's movie stands on its own, but it's also a terrific sequel to Stanley Kubrick's film.
This is for anyone who is going to enjoy being petrified in a movie theater. It was a movie I was desperate to see.
This is a really special day for me.
Hey, man. Hey, you.
Even though I've made 2 Stephen King movies, I've never actually met Steve in person. He is my hero. He has been my hero since I was a kid.
Hello, Donnie.
I loved The Shining. It completely changed the way I looked at the world. So when I found out that he was going to be publishing a sequel, I lost my mind. I read it in a day or 2.
I always wondered what happened to Danny when he grew up. By taking Dan Torrance's story as a grown-up and filtering it through his own large heart, Mike has been able to take the Kubrick movie a step further.
My strategy was to honor what Kubrick did and to approach this like it is an authentic sequel to the film that he made, while also trying to honor themes from the novel of The Shining that didn't make it into the film.
The Shining is very much about alcoholism and addiction and not being in control of yourself. The Dr. Sleep novel and our script seems to be very much about recovery.
You still owe a debt, son. Pay it.
The only way to do the movie was through the novel. But the cinematic legacy of Stanley Kubrick is monolithic. And one of the things that's been the biggest honor for me in this is to try to pull those worlds together and to honor the story and the characters that you created so beautifully in the cinematic language that has become so iconic.
Mike's movie stands on its own. And it has its own excitement and its own rewards that it brings with it. It's a fine adaptation of Dr. Sleep. But it's also a terrific sequel to Stanley Kubrick's movie, The Shining. This is a movie you should see. I'm proud to be a part of it.